But
Thank
just
you.
a few minutes ago, you were a little bit confused, where you said you didn't know what was going on.
Well, nobody knows what's going on. So if you want to take a macro position and say, all right, with Trump, expect the unexpected. I agree.
Yeah, that's it.
But you also don't know what to expect.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So that's what
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I got what you're trying to say. Because to me, a part of what's going on right now is, like yesterday I had Richard Werner on here, okay? And I don't know if you know who Richard Werner is. He is the father of quantitative easing. He's the guy that came up with quantitative easing. This is the guy. So this is the second podcast we did with him. It's a kind of a podcast that guys like me love, but it's like all numbers and it's all like economy and stuff like that, right? He said something very interesting. He said back in the days, Rob, if you can pull up the leader that they had, Deng Xiaoping is his name. I hope I said it right. This is the guy.
Actually, you'd think you did a great job, PBD.
So him in 1978, China is in the shits. Nothing is going on. Okay, they have a lot of trouble. He goes and meets with Japan, their enemy. He meets with Japan, the enemy. He goes and meets with Japan's leader, the enemy, and they have some, what drinks? He said, not sake. What did he say? They had some drinks together.
Yeah.
And while they did, during the dinner, he said sake?
Yeah.
Okay. During the dinner, you know what ends up happening? He asks him, he says, look, I need your help. How were you guys able to grow your economy 15% back to back to back, where your size of your GDP doubled 4 times over a span of a couple decades? How did you guys do this? And finally, Japan, after it was done, they shared with them. They said, how many banks do you have? He says, we have one central bank. He says, no, how many banks do you have? He said, I just told you, we have one bank. He says, it'll never happen. He says, what do you mean? He said, you need 5,000 banks and 5 million loan officers taking 35 applications of business owners on a weekly basis. He says, how many? He says, you need 5,000 banks, 5 million loan officers taking 35 applications a week of small business owners coming in. He says, you're kidding me. He says, no, if you don't do that, it's not going to happen. He goes back. That's exactly what they do. China then starts having different banks. They start competing with banks. They start having the loan officer. Small business starts taking off. China's economy goes up. This guy said, let's set aside our communistic history and all this other stuff. Keep in mind, in 1971 is the first time that a U.S. president went to China for the first time ever, and it was Nixon. Hadn't happened for 25 years. So he comes and he goes to Japan, has that conversation. He leaves, China takes off.